I feel like I can breathe. Or did I see it coming? We had done the Maya Juju. You know that the man does not ask for the hand in marriage. It is the man's father. Everything literally happened so fast. I don't know if he had rehearsed with like a ChatGPT version of me. The lies that you would discover. I think my first sister did not even reply. I'm trying to surprise someone and you surprise me in the middle of that. I will scream. We have gone ahead to do the traditional rites. I'm not about to have 69 ceremonies to marry one person. He was like, we're not doing this. I'm like, I didn't even see anything. Now, I am normally left-handed, okay? I'm now more left-handed. Duh. My husband-to-be and I... You guys have to help me because I don't know how they start videos like this. How do we do the intro? Where do we start from? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. Hi, if this is your first time here, my name is Onye and I am an engaged content creator living in England. Like, guys, this video I was thinking, oh, should I do it, should I not do it, to talk about a couple of things. But this week I have been editing the Paris vlog, like the proposal vlog, and first of all, it has taken me a long time to edit it because yesterday while I was editing, I finally got to like the part of the proposal and then I just kept watching the video. I was laughing, I was getting emotional. I was just like, okay, let's just go to bed, Yechi, because yeah, we actually need to sleep. If not, 3 a.m. would have met me on that couch. And I just feel like there's so much around like the news that I want to share with you guys, and I think just sitting down in a video to talk would be best. I wanted it to be like a get ready with me, but I thought of it, I'm like, Yechi, there's so much you have to say and you need to like properly do like a rant, a full story time, a proper talk, not that you're trying to make your brows look great. So I decided to first of all do my makeup, then let's get into the details because this girl is engaged. Like, oh my goodness, like I'm actually getting married. First of all, I want to say that I'm so relieved. I'm actually so relieved. I don't know how people who are like consistent content creators and like keep this to themselves for like a really long time. I mean, mine was, I would say, quite a while, but I just feel like like I feel like I can breathe. Like I feel like I can be free. Like the amount of times that I've had to like, you know, take it off to like take pictures and make videos and like put it back on, especially like outside, has been wonderful. I only filmed one vlog without like where I was trying to like be conscious because I knew it was gonna go up like early, but the second one I just said, well, I couldn't because I just looking at clips from the vlog and the ring was everywhere. I just say, yeah, let me just let's relax. Okay, I'm gonna post this one later on. But yeah, guys, I feel so relieved. Like my close friend story, they've been eating good. They have been eating good because that's where I've been posting like every single thing. I really enjoyed like keeping, you know, just enjoying like the good news, you know, celebrating with family and friends. And yeah, like the whole thing it's so exciting. It has been a lot as well, and I think I just want to get into that in this video. This video is going to be a proper like ramble. I don't know, like I've listed out like a few talking points like this I want to talk about, but I'm honestly just gonna go with the flow. So one thing that I got asked a lot like by my friends was, oh, did I see it coming, you know, was I expecting it, all of that. And truth be told, I like to say that most people actually see their proposal like coming. Like the conversations with your partner around that time would be different. I don't want to believe that anyone would propose marriage to someone if they haven't like spoken about marriage to the person before. So I kind of saw that it was coming. Now to the exact like timeline, like time frame, I wasn't too sure about it. So I think what's shocking is like, oh, the day itself, like actually knowing it. And for me, there were signs. Like I actually did suspect because At the time, we had done the Maya Juju. It's a popular thing in Igbo land where the husband's family, goes to meet the wife's family, with a couple of things, just to get to know their future in-laws. And then the husband's father, that is my father-in-law, would then, state their reason for coming here. So basically, we're here to pluck a flower, and then they come with drinks. So the Maya is like wine, so like drinks, and then Ajuju is like questions. So like they are using wine to ask a question. I hope I'm right, because I think my mother is going to watch this video, and if I'm not correct, I'm going to have failed the whole of Olu in this video. But that's what it is. So that had happened, and of course it's like the first stage, because if you're from a traditional Igbo family, you know that the man does not ask for the hand in marriage. It is the man's father that goes to ask for the hand in marriage, and that's just how it's done where I'm from. So that had happened, and our families were involved, which was, I think I'll probably talk about that more. So I kind of was, expecting that, okay, since that has gone smoothly and our families are involved and aligned, it was kind of like the next thing to happen. But I just did not like know, okay, like the exact like date. So shortly after that, Stanley had brought up, so initially he had mentioned that he would have to go away for a work trip. Now this was in like a casual conversation, and that is why I give him like his flowers for this, because I think he properly studied me. Like, he has planned like birthday surprises for me, and I've been able to read him. But I think he used the experience of dating me for 4 years to plan this engagement, because he said it in like passing like conversation. So we had like a Schengen visa, and typical Stanley is that he would ask me for things, like anything relating to travel. Like, he's not someone to like plan a trip, put an itinerary together. Like, most of that is like my thing. And then, he had messaged me to say, oh yeah, like I know that because we applied for our Schengen visa around the same time, so ours was expiring like on the exact same date. He messaged me, just said, oh, when is it expiring, that work wants to, put some names forward for like a work trip. And I told him, oh yeah, like this is it. So he just said like, oh, like I might be going to like, Paris for a work trip. Okay. And then I think this was after we got back from Spain, I believe. He then mentioned like, oh, we would be going to, Paris. Now, for me, I was excited because I was legit looking for an opportunity to travel again before my Schengen visa expires, and looking at all the countries I wanted to go to Paris. It was meant to be Amsterdam and Paris together, but I didn't want to take like a long time off work that early in the year. So I said, okay, I would find a way to go to Paris later, even if it's like a day trip to Paris. I just have always wanted to visit Paris. Spain was already like planned since December for his birthday. So I said, okay, I really wanted to go to Paris. I'd mentioned it to him like while we're on the Amsterdam trip. Funny how he was already planning for Paris as at then, because he had been planning this since like December. So he then said, oh, like he has a work trip coming up, and the office said he can bring like a +1. Now, when he said that, like bringing a +1, I was a little bit suspicious. I'm like, like this is, I mean, +1. It's not something that, I hear a lot with like work trips like here in the UK. So I'm like, okay, all right, like no problem. And then he asked for like, he had my passport details, said like, oh, he was going to send it to like the travel team so they can book like the travel. Everything literally happened so fast. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, it's definitely like a work stuff, because knowing the kind of man that I'm dating, anything travel, he needs to have mental, like he takes his good time with it, like planning anything. Like, even when I'm the one doing the planning, for him to agree to certain things and for things to just be on the move, like it takes time. So like when everything was going fast, like, oh, they've booked this, they've booked this, they've booked that, and then he will send me like, okay, this is where we're staying, this is what time the flight is leaving, all of that. I was just like, okay, definitely there's a third party behind this. This cannot be this man alone. Somebody else is doing this thing with him. And like, that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely like his company stuff and all. So everything was booked and it was then time to leave. Like, first of all, he said we should leave from Manchester. And I was like, how come your company wants you to travel from an airport farther than where you are staying? Because he doesn't live up north. Like, the London airport would have been like the best for him to travel. So I was already thinking of how I would travel, you know, towards London like the day before the flight. But he's like, oh, okay, like we're going to travel from Manchester, you know. And I was asking questions back, like, like it maybe he says something, I ask the question back, and then like sometimes we're on FaceTime and then he's answering me back. So his answers were, I don't know if he had rehearsed with like a ChatGPT version of me to know the kind of questions I would ask him, and he had practiced his responses, because I said that and then he was like like the timing for the flights from London were not considerable, and you know, he wanted things to be convenient for me. So he just asked the travel team if we can travel from Manchester. I said, okay, that's fine. Everything was smooth. I was already like, okay, I'm just going here to like have a good time. I had put together like my own itinerary, sort of, you know, because I'm like, okay, if you're going to be away, like having meetings with your colleagues, all of that. But he said, oh, he doesn't really have meetings with them. That is just the main day that he's going to meet with them. So, you know, we can still go around and do a couple of things. I said, okay, that's fine. Got on the flight and then off to Paris. I was so excited. Now, I have been with Stanley for a couple of years, and that means I've been with him at like very crucial parts of his life and like journey, especially like career wise. And when he has like a big thing like coming up, I can tell, like I can definitely like tell from how he is. But like throughout like Paris, he was not anxious at all. Like even previous time when he's like maybe holding back something from me, or like my birthday surprise, I can tell. But like with Paris, everything was so calm. Like it was almost like he was here to have a vacation, like he was here for a good time. And at some point there was a time that we're both chilling and I was like, oh, like you're giving a presentation at, you know, your work event, you know, how you prepping, what are some of the things you need to go over, do you want to practice your speech with me, all of that, you know, as per a supportive girlfriend. And then he was like that, yeah, like he just has the material to go through. And you guys will not believe it, that this man actually opened, like he showed me what he was going through, and I was like, oh yeah, actually that's nice. And you know, he just like kept on doing that. See, getting proposed to is up there in terms of like, it's a really beautiful experience, but the lies that you would discover after is sweet. Like you would just be like, how did this fly over my head, honestly? So throughout the trip, there were times we had to like pay for things like on our own, like he had not like pre-booked. So like the meals, of course, and then like travel like within Paris. So like literally I was collecting receipts, because I know Stanley, he's just going to squeeze it and put it in his pocket or forget it somewhere. So I'm like, okay, your office is going to refund you these things, like they are meant to. So I was literally like folding receipts and putting it in my bag, you know, for him, so he can claim it back when he gets like back to the UK. And I'm looking back at it and I'm just like, what were you thinking, honestly? So we got to Paris, and you know, the day before the proposal, you know, we had like a nice, if you guys haven't seen the vlog, I'll link it in the description box. But the day before, we, you know, went around the city, all of that. This man did not give me any vibe of, oh, something like he's planning something big, like he's talking to, you know, stakeholders on the phone. Like he did not give me that vibe. I think just at night time, where, you know, I just felt like, because I think there was a football game the night before, he just like gave off, you know, the vibe of he's just talking to his guys about the game, and you know, he was away on his phone. Like that was it. So I mean, there were a few times. There was one particular time when we're in the taxi. I think when we're in the taxi from the airports. So, you know, if two people are sitting in a car, I don't even know how to explain it. Like if you're using your phone and you face the window, if I'm on the other side, because it's like dark outside. I can see the reflection of your screen on the phone. So he sat down and then he looked at the glass and he could tell that, I could see his phone, and then he kind of just, adjusted and did not use his phone much anymore. I was like, but honestly, I just like decided to calm, not, I didn't want to like be, pressuring him, asking him too many questions about everything, because I'm like, oh, you have like a major like work event and you need to prep for. Now, the day of the proposal, so I got ready. He told me the time to be ready for us to leave for the event. He told me like, oh, it was black tie, it was formal, all of that. After the whole event, they were going to have like a work dinner, and then his colleagues wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower. I said, okay, that's great. I wore a very pretty dress because, first of all, I've always wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower. Like, I've been looking forward to it. And I'm like, okay, whenever I decide to go there, I want to look really nice, because I had like the photographers like outside there, they take really amazing pictures. So I got ready, and then he started saying like, oh, they haven't started yet. And I'm like, okay, this is about 4 o'clock thereabouts. Like, the work event should have started like earlier. So he was like, oh, like there is like a speaker like before him, and that is running, it's running longer than it should, but everyone is going there for them to set up for his own session. So I said, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm ready. So anytime you want us to go, let's leave. And then he got a call. I could hear like the other person on the line, and the other person sounded a bit Nigerian. He said it's his manager, which was so well calculated, because it was actually his brother. Like, he told his brother to call so that I don't suspect. But like, his manager, his actual work manager, is Nigerian. So like, me hearing like a Nigerian person speaking, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's, I just said like, I know his manager's name, so I just like said, okay, like that's this guy. And then he was like that, yeah, but it was actually his brother. I just did not know until after. So we got to the place, and it was residential. It wasn't looking like a corporate like environment, all of that. We're entering the building. I was like, are you sure we're not entering someone's house? Like, are you sure you have the right address? Because honestly, I think in Paris, it's easy for you to like, because we mixed up the address to a place like one time. So I'm like, are you sure you have the right address? And he goes, yeah, that they're just chilling at the rooftop before they go inside. So that was when we then took the elevator up, and then we walked into, like, it was an apartment. So we walked into it, and then, when it feels like your brain has not been working, and then what made my head click was that, so the apartment had a rooftop, which was where everything happened. And then because of the wind that day, it blew like some of the rose petals into the apartment. So I entered inside, and then I saw the rose petals, and then, oh my God. And that's when I was coming out of the door, and I was like, what's happening? Like, I was so shocked. One major reason is, I've said it in passing, like, oh, I want a destination proposal. Like, I want to experience a country for the first time. And in that country, like, I don't want it to be like a country that I've been to before, honestly. So I didn't think that he would give me that, just simply because when it comes to travel and Stanley, they're like this. They are like this. He would rather someone plans everything and then he just shows up. And me, I'm fine with like planning trips. Like, I honestly enjoy it. So I did not think that he would take it upon himself. And the fact that he did that, and I wasn't able to like really read through all the stress he was going through, was just like mind-blowing, because he covered it up so well. And then after, he kept on revealing things to me, how he has been in communication with my sisters, my parents about the whole thing, setting it up online for my friends. And like, even my friends did not give away much. Like, the fact that they knew the whole time. The only time there was a little giveaway was when my friend Kike was very keen on me doing my nails. So I told her like, well, I was going to do my nails like, I think the week before, and then I couldn't do it the day I wanted to do it. And she was like, Yechi, like, you really have to like, I know that my nails before were like bad, so I felt like she was just stroking me, that my nails were like outgrown, because I used those nails. I think that, yeah, the nails that I had for Amsterdam, I took it to Spain as well, so it was really bad. So she was like, yeah, you need to like change it, like your fingers don't look great. So I thought she was actually stroking me, but like, that's the only sign that I got. Like, all my other friends, not even a word, like not even a little bit of suspicion, honestly. And I think the worst for me have to be my sisters. When I first suspected, I messaged my sister and I was like, oh, I think he's actually going to propose soon. And then my sister just went. I think my first sister didn't even reply. Ada, I'm watching you. And then my second sister was like, what are you saying? So she gave me a hint initially that made me feel like it was going to happen when we traveled to Spain. But my plans for Spain, they were very tight because Stanley did not know about anything that was happening on the day. Like, he got to know the plans for his birthday, like that day, like the night before or the morning of that day. So I was like, there's no way you could have hijacked my plans. No, I'm actually really good. Like, I would scream if I'm trying to surprise someone and you surprise me in the middle of that. I would scream, honestly, because I would feel like you've clocked my game, and no, we're not about that. Okay. But it was so beautiful. Everything, like, everything, the setup. I always wanted a rooftop. I love red, like roses, the decor. I wore the most amazing dress, and then Stanley looked so good as well. Everything, like. And then after that, I went to the Eiffel Tower. We had an amazing time. We took more pictures and videos there. And I'm just like, wow. And I also love the fact that, I've always wanted like something a bit quiet where I don't have like a lot of people. So I had that, but I still had like my friends who were able to like join online, like experience that, my friends and my family. And I'm just like, this is like my actual like dream proposal, and I was so happy about like the whole thing, honestly. So finally I can share that there is a wedding coming up, and I'm so grateful to God. I am extremely happy. I've always known that like it's Stanley. Like, I haven't had a bit of doubt since like we started like talking and dating, and it's been extremely like amazing to have a permanent cheerleader for life. That's exactly how Stanley is for me. He has been cheering me on. I think when we met, I just hit about 1,000 subscribers, and every time he reminds me like, oh, like we literally started talking at when you were close to like 1,000 subscribers, and look at you now, 35k subscribers. There's almost no milestone that I've hit that he has not celebrated for me in one way or the other. And I think as a content creator, that's the kind of person you need in your corner, because it's so easy to get absorbed in your numbers, especially when you're not performing well, and it makes you like just sink in. But like I constantly like show up and put my best foot forward most of the time, because I have him messaging me, encouraging me, reminding me to do the things that I'm meant to do. I'm so happy like I get to do more of life with him, honestly. Like, we've been doing life together to like a good extent, but like now it's like hands-on, because by the time we start living together, it's just so amazing. And I feel so much peace about the whole thing. And yeah, it's really exciting. Like, that's the only word I can say. It's exciting that I'm getting married. Another thing that I have been keeping back from you guys, but I did share about like the whole wedding process that has already started with the Maya Juju, which is basically like, I would call it like the Igbo version of like an introduction. And we have gone ahead to do the traditional rite. So that was done about a few weeks after the proposal, actually. I think it was a little bit like, yeah. So we had like our families like literally go home, go to like our hometown. The list was collected, they brought the items. My parents put a very nice setup, and I'm honestly so grateful to God for my parents and his parents as well. Like, God really aids with the concept of marriage, honestly, because it's like two families coming together, and that is so beautiful to see. This whole thing has drawn me really closer to my parents, and I love that so much, honestly. Like, there was a day that I was on call with my dad for so long because we're just talking about, everything. That was when he was prepping for the traditional rites to be done. I just like really, really, really like that, honestly. I also really love his family. I hope I don't get emotional. Jesus. Oh my God. I also really love his family. If you know me closely, when it comes to the area of like your partner's family, it's a bit touchy for me just because of how my very first relationship ended. And I think it's something that I did not even have to pray to God about. He literally knows me and knows my heart desires, and he gave me that. I am married into such an amazing family, honestly, and I'm grateful to God every single day for that, because for someone like me, because of, how things have been, not me trying to sound deep, but I'm just not a huge fan of, marrying into a family where the only person that loves you in the family is, your partner, like your husband or your wife. I just feel like it should be all love from all sides, or at least the majority, for you to have peace. Like there's a need for that peace, there's a need for that joy. I'm really grateful to God, about that. And yeah, we've done like the dowry payment, all of that, has been done. It was actually funny explaining like some of these like traditional rites to my colleagues, because they're from like different backgrounds and it's done differently, different parts of the world. But like I'm Igbo, I'm from Nigeria, so the husband, pays the bride price, so like the dowry, the husband pays it. And yeah, it was a very like smooth journey as well. We are from the same state, and one would think that, okay, you being from the same state is just breeze from there. You people need to know that there are cultural differences in between tribes, and then there's the one between local governments from the same states. So there's cultural difference between states of a country, then the local governments of the states too have their own. I don't get it, but I'm very happy that it went really, really smoothly, and so far we have made very good progress with the wedding planning. I'm sharing this like few days to our first ceremony. Like I'm actually filming this few days to the first ceremony. So see, everything has moved really, really quickly. Like it has moved very, very quickly. I'm very happy, but at the same time I'm like, okay, can everybody do like this? Let's be coming. It's so quick. So I've been through, where do I even start from? I think, but let me just tell you guys, I've been planning the whole wedding the whole time. It makes me happy. At the same time, I'm just like, okay, I'm just a girl, honestly. And then throughout, like earlier this year, most of my Friday evenings, I spent it in marriage counseling. And one Friday, like I just asked myself, I'm like, Yechi, how did we get here? The last time I checked, you were fighting with SS2 for that mass. How did you get here that you're about to become a whole wife? Like, time is flying, honestly. Even with the prep, there are days I look at it and I'm like, oh, I still have time. And then there's some other days I'm like, wow, we're like 28 days to go. Like literally, why is time flying so fast? But yeah, I'm really excited. We have done one of four. So like the dowry payment literally counts as a traditional right. So one of four, or one of two, or one of three, because anywhere my strengths finish, that's where I'm going to call it a wrap. All right, anywhere my strengths finish, that's where I'm just going to end. I'm not about to have 69 ceremonies to marry one person. Nope, I'm not about to do that. It's been a very amazing journey, honestly. And then also my sister, well, now that I'm posting this, she has done her wedding. And like, trust me, if you see any woman in her 60s that has her shoulders up there, she's a pretty woman, just know that that's my mom. It's such a beautiful year for her. For her to see two of her daughters getting married is an amazing year for her, honestly. Like, it's just been like joy back to back in my family. Congratulations here and there. And I'm honestly like so excited, so happy about the whole thing. I'm probably gonna say this like 1,001 times, but I'm excited. I've spent like the past months and weeks like gushing over my ring as well. that has to be like one of my favorite parts of like the proposal itself. Like if you watch the video, when he opened up the box, that was my first time ever seeing the ring. So I know that there are people who go and do like the ring fitting before like their engagement, so their man has a proper idea of what they want. But not Stanley. No, 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 no. Stanley said I must trust him and I trust his judgment. So he's like, I mean, I'm personally not a fan of it because I just feel like, yeah, I should trust my partner. And then he also was like, I remember sending him a reel one day of like a couple that did that. And then he was like, we're not doing this. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. He just said, we're not doing this. I'm like, okay, no problem. I trust you. I trust your judgment, sensei. So when he opened up the box, like I literally went mute because that was my first time seeing the ring. I had no idea what he would go for. I had told like my friends and my sisters, they knew like, oh, my type of ring. So regarding the ring, I was keen on like a couple of things, like 3 major things, honestly. Just the shape. I feel like everyone knows what shape they want. Like if you want oval, square, heart shaped, circle, you know, everyone knows like the type, or most girls, and let me say everyone, most ladies know the type of ring that they want. And then the band as well. So the band, I wanted a very sleek and smooth band. Now I am normally left-handed, okay? I'm now more left-handed, duh. But because I am left-handed, the comfort of my ring is so important to me because it's like my dominant hand. So like I have to like wear it to write, all of that. So for me, I wanted something very comfortable. Like I was like, that's something I've always been keen on. Like it just has to like fit like glove and, you know, just feel like, oh, something is on my hand, but like not too uncomfortable. So I wanted like a simple, like slick band, all of that. And when he opened up the box, I was in awe. Like I literally loved everything I saw. It was love at first sight. And then he put it on and the sizing was perfect. I mean, he told me later how, you know, he got to know about my perfect size. But honestly, Stanley steals my rings. I think he's like on his 4th ring from me now that he's stealing. So, yeah, that probably was the easiest part for him to get. But it was just perfect. You know how something is not too loose to slide off? It stays, but like it's not too tight. The sizing was perfect. It was comfortable. The size as well. Like, you know how you just see something and it was made for you. Literally, I think it was my mom that said it. She was like, this ring was truly made for you. And since then, my camera roll is filled with pictures of my ring. Like pictures, videos of my ring. Like I'm so in love with it. Okay, now I am leaning more towards silver jewelry. So if you guys see me wearing silver jewelry more, just because I'm trying, anyway, most days I don't care. I still wear my gold jewelry and, you know, combine it with it. But like I just feel like now with the earrings and then like this, like, you know, it's twinning more, it's matching more. Okay. But I'm finally so happy to share, honestly, like get this out there that we're in the fiance era and very shortly to get into the wifey era. I have tried to document like the wedding prep process. So Jesus be my shield, I'm able to edit it and, you know, post it. But guys, give me grace. Give me grace. I would try my possible best to, you know, edit and release as soon as I can. But I just want to say thank you for all the messages, the congratulations, even though I haven't gone live with it yet. I'm taking it all in. Like initially I was like, oh, okay, let's hold it off. And then I said, okay, let me post. And now I'm like, okay, let's hold it off again. I don't know. I'm just like all over the place. But yeah, my husband to be and I, we are so grateful to everyone for the well wishes, all of that. Like, we have a wedding, we have a wedding. My short fingers. But hey, that's all I wanted to just you guys, you know, about this whole, you know, chit chat, you know, share more on like the story, you know, did I really see it coming? And of course, like get the cat out of the bag that I've been planning a wedding this whole time. It's been hard to keep it a secret, but hey, I can breathe. Okay, I can breathe. I think we started this like around late last year. That's when the conversation, really became serious. We started to involve our families. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, which, should be a vlog. I think I don't have any other sit down video planned. I'm not going to talk much about this proposal again. I've had a swell time with all the videos in my draft to disturb the internet. I'm getting married to the love of my life. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.